Does the National Bureau of Economic Research give any weight to real personal income when determining if we are in a significant economic decline?
They look at a wide array of statistics, and the second definition that you gave of a broad contraction that lasts more than several months, that is how the NBER...
Reclaiming my time, the answer is yes.
You have to adore Tommy Boy. Janet Yellen's visage appears to have been slapped in the face by an imaginarily. Tom Emmer seems like the kind of man who at a BK would offer you an uncomfortable length, excessively hard handshake. Before we proceed, this channel has a daily giveaway of 100x crimes. To be that lucky winner, simply be subscribed to this channel and comment excerpt to the moon. Good luck, guys. Right with the revelation of the Heinemann emails, we are anticipating tremendous things from excerpt. Similar to Gary in the bedroom with Lady Gensler, we originally experienced a 10 pump, but it arrived too rapidly. However, let's look at this. We check up with a grade crypto who has been drawing our attention to this hanging man candlestick on the weekly chart to find out why XRP did not move after the release of the Heinemann emails. The hanging man candlestick type is distinguished by a short wick or occasionally none at all, perched atop a diminutive body also known as the candlestick. Its underside casts a long shadow as well. This is significant because it coincides with a reversal pattern and what Egrig refers to as the final wake-up line, a resistance trend line. Additionally, the 46-cent target has been attained. If we check at the XRP bent fork $15 in historical support update, the bulls must make every effort to hold the 45-cent level according to Egrig. If not, bears will assume control and drive prices down to the 35 to 37. However, if we examine this on a larger scale, an accumulating expert for XRP predicts a final rise of $9,600 to $50, indicating the route to Valhalla. XRPA color code signal says us stay in the accumulation zone till we cross the lower yellow section, in order for XRP to enter the white region. Conviction is required. A drag is still feasible up until Quone 2024. In the interim, there is still a chance for XRP to climb towards the low end of the Valhalla region, which is between $2.80 and $4.60. If this were to occur, Wave 1 would make that move, correcting down to around $1 before starting out on a long and difficult trek to start Wave 3. Don't ask me what happened to Wave 2, but Egrig claims that Wave 3 typically lasts 118 times as long as Wave 1, but can occasionally last up to 118, depending on his estimates. Additionally, Wave 3 is expected to have values between $12 and $50. Okay, let's get the other major story. Congressman Davidson.
Okay, the other big story we need to get into is this.
Congressman Davidson, thank you for joining us. What is your biggest beef with SEC Chair Gary Gensler?
Boy, it's a long list. He's been so bad at his job. I mean, frankly, what he's highlighted is we don't just have a Gary Gensler problem. We have a problem that's structural with the SEC. So part of it is Gary Gensler has been uniquely bad. With respect to crypto regulation, it's like Hotel California. You can check in, but you can never leave. They go into endless discovery. Almost no one ever gets a no action letter.
Or what Patrick McHenry tells us.
We're at a critical moment for American dynamism. We can choose the side of financial freedom, innovation, inclusion, and American competitiveness, and important consumer protections at the same time. Or we can let this moment pass us by and surrender our leadership of the global financial system to other countries.
To welcome MiCA regulation as a U.S. law suite highlighted a lack of clarity. And Cindy Young, the managing director of Ripple for Europe and the UK, said this at the most recent Money 2020 conference in Amsterdam, a level playing field that encourages healthy competition and innovation in the cryptocurrency market will be made possible by the MiCA regulatory framework, which will also encourage adoption among actors in traditional finance. According to Big Stu Alderati, a legend on Twitter, the promise of blockchain technology is based on a decentralized or distributed network of participants. Decentralization, however, is not a legal standard. It is merely a technological one for which there isn't a single definition. To ignore the real legal requirements contract for investment, common enterprise, etc. The Heinemann-Sec invents decentralization criteria to decide if a token is a security as uncomfortable legal realities. No one who asserts that SHRP or XSHRP is insufficiently decentralized due to Ripple's control has ever specifically explained how Ripple may use its alleged control to create that harm according to the Schwartz-Ripple Co. It is not possible. Additionally, Ripple controls a sizable amount of XSHRP. If you believe that having a single party own a sizable portion of a blockchain's native asset renders it less decentralized, then you might believe that SHRP is less decentralized due to Ripple's ownership of XSHRP. But you still have no control over the ledger or governance as a result. Lack of understanding on practically everything from Big D continues to be a frequent issue. Ripple didn't want John Deaton, Jay Clayton to explain XSHRP to them. John claims that the significance of the meeting on August 18 of 2018 is that Clayton and Heinemann got an XSHRP document evaluating XSHRP on June 13 of the same year, which is exhibit number 276. Put Howie, you would anticipate Heinemann and Clayton to answer to Brad Garlinghouse's purgatory remark with either, Brad, XSHRP is a security, or simply, XSHRP is a security. If the paper had determined that XSHRP was a security, Brad, stop selling XSHRP since you are breaking the law. They didn't even say, and if accurate, this is truly rather frightening. A renowned attorney accuses Heinemann of targeting XSHRP and claims he was paid to favor ETH. Listen to Jeremy Hogan's conversation with Big D and others that I want you to hear.
My speculation is that what Ripple's position here is that William Hinman was somehow paid, and he was paid by the Ethereum Foundation or someone related to Ethereum to give this speech, give Ethereum a free pass. And then at the same time, and I think this is what really gets Stewart's and Mr. Garlinghouse's kind of gander, is that at the same time, he then at the end of the speech lays out these criteria, which, as his video mentions, have no basis in the Hinman test. The first one is decentralization, and the second one is how many of the tokens do the promoters still hold, neither of which have any foundation in the law, but which he's kind of made up to apply to digital assets.
Moving on, Ripple collaborates with Colombia's central bank to investigate blockchain possibilities. This Ripple press release makes it clear, together with Colombia's Banco de República, Ripple and Pierces are expanding the adoption and use of blockchain technology, BP of central bank. Engagements in CBCs at Ripple. Wallace James, this project will open the door for revolutionary improvements in the use of blockchain technology within the public sector by using the strength of the Ripple CBC platform built on the XRPL, and this is some good news. As courts consider extradition demands from us and South Korean prosecutors, Do Kwon is sentenced to 6 additional months in prison. And if you were to ask me Do Antoine's age, I would say that it falls in between 22 and 74. That's all for now. Kindly support our channel by pressing the subscribe and notification bell. Thank you, and see you in our next video.